On this beautiful Sunday, we are here at Point Reyes Vineyard and Winery at Point Reyes Station to view the gorgeous art pieces from Art on the Farm. Would you please tell me a little bit about how you got started on this farm?
Yes. Art on the Farm is a program where we visit organic farms in Marin County, and we paint or make artwork of one sort or another. It isn't just painters. And then we have events where we show the work. This particular event at the Point Reyes Vineyard Inn and Winery is half of the proceeds from the sale of the work go into an interest-free loan fund for our organic farming community. And I started this program 12 years ago because I am a farmer, an organic farmer, and also an artist.
Can you tell me how many artists here today and what type of artwork are you displaying?
Our art is open to everyone. Any artist can make any kind of work. We seem to attract mostly what are called plein air, open air landscape painters. However, we have photographers, we have fabric artists, we have found object artists, we have sculptors, and any kind of art is available. Today we have about, I'm not exactly sure how many, but approximately 40, I would say, different artists. Our patrons are usually people who already have a love of these landscapes.
Can you tell me a little bit about this farm? It is gorgeous, obviously.
Yes, I can. The wonderful thing about West Marin is that many of the original ranchos after the gold rush were kept intact. This particular ranch is one of the Moreno ranches, and it's a number of ranches, all still under the ownership of family-related people.
Earlier, I heard you were talking to one gentleman. You mentioned you involved with solar panel, other environmental safe and environmental friendly mechanic to improve the environment. Would you tell me something about that?
I'd be happy to tell you about that. Here's the way it works. It's all connected. Everything is connected. And because of that, if we work with nature, we can live the life we live without ruining the planet.
Earlier you mentioned that this farm is not totally or officially qualified as organic. Would you explain or explore on that for me? Thank you.
Right. Well, to be an organic farm, organic farmers have come up with a set of standards and a set of materials that can be only used on organic farms, and no other materials can be used. And there's large record-keeping requirements for this. There are certain pests that could attack grapes for which organic materials might not work.
The way I understand is it takes 3 years to have a piece of land to be certified as organic. Am I correct on that?
That is correct. You can transition. It's called transitional agriculture. But if there have been no chemicals, if you can document that no substances that are not on the organic standards list have been used on that property for 3 years, then you can achieve organic certification.
I often heard people talk about organic food, even though it's more expensive, but it really contains by far higher nutrients. Would you explain to me on that so we can understand better.
Surely.
Thank you.
They've, you know, Organic agriculture is the fastest growing form of agriculture in America. It has very few subsidies. In fact, until the National Organic Program a few years ago, there wasn't any research. But we have gotten a little bit of research money, and one of the papers that I've recently read, and that has been circulated widely, is that organic food actually has more nutrients by about 1/3 than conventional food. And the reason for that may not be because it's grown organically, but because the soil in which factory food has been growing is so depleted that it doesn't have the same amount of nutrients in it anymore.
Dave, would you please explain to me how your art, what type of art you do, and what kind of customers come to see you?
Well, I do plein air landscapes. That's one of my main things, and work all around the Bay Area. And in particular, like working with Art on the Farm because I get to go to places that I wouldn't be able to go to otherwise, and get to see things that you couldn't see without permission to go on the farms.
How long have you been painting?
About 10 years, seriously. I mean, I wanted to be an artist when I was a kid, but life got in the way.
What do you expect out of today from this show?
Oh, I think first of all, we'd like to sell some paintings, to benefit both the artists and the farmers, and also it's an opportunity for people to get out and have a little wine tasting and see some art and enjoy the beautiful day.
What normally do you do? Do you do more water painting or more oil painting?
It's a mix of the two, because usually when I go out and I'm doing a plein air painting, I'll do a small watercolor before I do the oil painting.
What's the major difference between water painting and oil painting?
Well, the oil painting, you have the opportunity to change it. You can paint it, and then if you don't like it, you can scrape it out and paint it again. With the watercolors, it's like once it's down there, there's not too much you can do. It's there. If you try to mess with it, it gets worse.
Would you please tell me your type of painting? I noticed your business card say you do visionary communications design. Would you explain that to me?
Well, I'm a graphic designer. I work on books and promotional graphics and some web kind of graphics. And I'm also a painter. I started out as an artist. I think it all comes from art.
What's the difference between oil painting and a water-based oil painting?
Visually, probably nothing. Maybe an expert would be able to tell the difference. But water-based oil is a new technology. It sounds like I forgot the word, but it sounds like the thing that isn't what it is. An oxymoron. That's what it sounds like, because water and oil don't mix. But they have created oil paint that is emulsified in such a way that water can clean it up.
I like this piece, starfish art a lot. Would you tell me about that?
Sure. That's a photograph of a living starfish in Bolinas on the beach when at lower tide, when the water went out, and it was there. And what I love about it is it was alive, and it's not a picture of a stiff dead starfish. Yes. It's an actual animal.
Would you please tell me about your art?
Well, it's part of a group of Art in the Farm, and we go to different farms throughout Marin County. And the ranches are wonderful because usually you can't get into these private spaces. Mm-hmm. And then we go and we spend usually most of the day painting in those places. And I'm working in pastels. And it's just wonderful to be able to get out to these farms.
How long have you been painting, Jan?
Oh, I don't know, 25 years? No, 30 years. 30 years.
How many pieces of artwork do you have here?
I brought 8 pieces today.
Thank you, Alan. We learned a lot today.
And thank you for your interest in what we are doing.